What is up, guys? This is Triple. Welcome back to another Fortnite tutorial. In today's video, we're discussing the wildly controversial shotgun nerf. Now guys, I want to get out of the way right now. I do not think that this nerf is a good thing. I am simply saying that it has benefits that you might not see right off the bat, such as what it does to the overall shotgun gameplay as a whole, meaning the tiers of shotguns, what it does to the other, basically all the tiers of the shotguns. So I hope to clear all this up in this video. And for those who do not know who I am a console Fortnite player. I basically do a bunch of Fortnite tutorials and all that kind of stuff. So if you're into that, oh, chill, man, chill. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. There we are. Okay, as I was saying, guys, I'm a Fortnite console player. I do a bunch of Fortnite tip videos for you guys. I love to give you guys tips and make you guys better. And so yeah, if you're into that kind of stuff, make sure you hit the sub button if you feel the need to do so throughout this video. If it does help you out, a like would be much appreciated. It seriously helps me out. And yeah, with that said, let's get into this video. So guys, just to be clear, you do not have to agree with one's opinion to respect the opinion, okay? So you do not have to agree exactly with what I'm saying today, but just to recognize and see my point, that's all I'm going for, right? So I hope you guys can understand that as you watch this video. So let's start at the very beginning. About a week or two ago, Epic Games released an update in which they changed the entire sensitivity platform. Although it was not directed specifically at the shotguns, it still played a great role in people saying that the shotguns felt really bad. And so yeah, that happened, and if you want more info on that, I already made a video about that about a week ago, and so yeah, I'll link that right now. You can click on it if you want. Now the next calm down, calm down. The next shotgun nerf is one that was, once again, not directly towards the shotgun. However, it played a huge role in nerfing how the shotguns work. Essentially what it was is a headshot, it was a headshot nerf. So headshot damage used to count the upper body and the neck. Now it's only the head, right? So it's only a very small circle with the head. It's no longer the upper body and the neck. So what this does is essentially decrease the range every shotgun has. So every shotgun got a nerf in that sense. This is not talked about in I haven't seen this talked about really anywhere, but it's something that's definitely worth mentioning. Because, for example, let me just explain this, right? So let's say that the top circle part of this rail is your enemy opponent's head, right? Now the bottom part, just this little lip right here, is the neck. So if I'm like at this range, my entire reticle is over the head and the neck. So that's going to be a lot of headshot damage. Well, now with the nerf, that bottom part's going to be cut off. So in order to get all my shots on the head and get headshot damage, I'm actually going to have to scoot closer to fill up my reticle on only the head. Hopefully that makes sense, but essentially every shotgun has a nerf in the range department. And this is actually a huge nerf that happened simultaneously with the sensitivity change update, and not a lot of people talked about it, which I'm really surprised about, but that's where a big nerf comes in play. And the official shotgun nerf that everyone is freaking out about is that the pump shotgun headshot multiplier is reduced from 2.5 to 2.0. The damage is also reduced from 90-95 to 80-85. So what this means is every time you get a headshot damage, you're going to be getting basically 2.5 times more the damage output. So prior to this update, you're using the 2.5 multiplier, and you're multiplying that by 95. That's going to give you 237, and essentially, if you have full shields and full health, you can still one pump somebody entirely, so they will die by one shot. Now, after the nerf, you can no longer one pump someone that has full shields and full health. This is because 2.0, the new multiplier, if you multiply that by 80-85, so we're going to take 85, the most amount you can do. So 85 times 2.0, that's only going to give you 170. That's beneath 200, so therefore you cannot one-pump anyone anymore. Now personally, I know that it sucks to not be able to one-pump anyone anymore, but I don't see this as a huge problem. I don't think that this is the primary source of complaint for a lot of people. I think a lot of people actually hate getting one-pumped. And so I think that just making it a two-shot kill, that's fine. There's nothing really too bad about that. Now moving on, the tactical shotgun also has a headshot multiplier reduced from 2.5 to 2.0. So once again, basically both the pump and the tactical have gotten a huge hit across the board as far as the damage that they're able to do. Now guys, if you notice, the heavy shotgun did not receive a nerf at all. This is the part of the update that I really like. The reason is it balances the shotgun tiers a lot better than it was prior to this update. I think a lot of people before this update did not pick up the heavy shotgun simply because the pump shotgun could do basically a bunch more damage, and it could basically insta-kill somebody where the heavy shotgun could not. So then I was in that boat as well. I did not pick up the heavy shotgun at all because the pump shotgun did more damage. Now, the pump shotgun still does more damage, but it does not do that much more damage than it did before. So I think that the pump shotgun now does 170 max. The heavy shotgun, the most that I've ever gotten with it is like a 130 or a 150. So that margin between is not, that difference is not as drastic, right? And so basically the double heavy shotgun is the new meta. If you can get double heavy shotguns, you will be like really good. You'll be succeeding in basically any gunfight you get into. And that's the way that it should be. Let's think about this logically, right? Oh my gosh. I don't have the mats for this. Let's think about this logically, right? The heavy shotgun and yeah, the heavy shotgun, both tiers, the gold and the purple, are gold and purple, right? They should be harder to get in your hands, and therefore they should be the meta, right? You should always go for the best tier weapon, and if you're not, then I don't think that that those weapons are performing the way that they should. But now they are, right? So there's the new meta is double heavy shotguns. The reason is there's no weapon switch delay, which is awesome. Epic Games, you do not need to add a weapon switch delay to the heavy shotguns. They're gold and purple tier, all right? They're hard to get, they're hard to find. If you can get 2 of them in a game, that's going to be lucky. But it's a good amount of luck, right? If you can get that, then you should be able to basically be more powerful compared to people that have pumps that can be found anywhere, right? It just makes sense. That's how the game should work. Now, for your enjoyment, I'm going to go ahead and play a few clips of me with the double heavy shotgun new meta. It's really good, and I want to show you guys just how good it really is. So yeah, here we go. Now guys, we're going to discuss what you should be doing if you cannot get the new meta of double heavy shotguns, which is going to be very often, right? You're not going to be able to get these heavy shotguns all the time. So basically, what I recommend is do not pick up attack shotgun unless you ultimately, that's the last, your last option. So early game, if you run into attack shotgun and you do not have a shotgun at all yet, yes, grab the shotgun, the attack shotgun. Now, if you can get double pump, that's going to be more beneficial than a attack. Like on all platforms, the attack is just complete garbage now, and you should not want to pick it up. Pumps, on the other hand, yes, they've gotten a range nerf just like every shotgun, but they can still be useful if you land the headshots and if you just play aggressively, right? Now, the thing that this update goes really heavy on, okay, really? The thing that this update goes really heavy on is building. You need to build. Like if you, okay. This guy's got sticky nades. Essentially, building is going to keep you alive, right? If you don't build in this update, you're going to die. You need to build and have high ground established, get the advantage, and then go for the headshots. So one of the things that I've noticed is that I get more headshots more often when I have high ground on my opponent. If I'm shooting down onto their head, then more of my shots are going to be going towards their head and not their neck or their upper body. So I don't have to worry about that little nerf. I'm just going straight down onto the top of their head, and they are basically dying quicker. So build for high ground, shoot down onto the opponents if you can, and if you're used to your flicks, that's another thing. Get your flicks down. If you do not have your flicks down, you are going to die. To practice flicks, what I do is I just go to trees and I essentially just practice hitting those blue circles, right? Doesn't really work well on these skinny ones, but on the big trees especially, you hit these blue circles, and that's how you're gonna get your flicks working. I'll probably make a separate tutorial on that eventually, just because it's a topic that there's a lot more to talk about, and I don't really want to get into that right now. Now, the other thing you can do if you do not have double heavy and you have one heavy is you can do heavy pump. That's very effective. I personally like to have heavy in my first slot. That way, as I'm walking up to an opponent, I can simply heavy them at the long range, get a good amount of damage, and then once I get closer, I pull out the pump and do even more damage. Some people like to do pump heavy. I like heavy pump. It's all just preference, really. Don't worry about it. Just see what works for you. And yeah, so with that said, I'm going to go ahead and play a bunch of clips that demonstrate exactly what I'm talking about, basically all the strategies that you need to be doing. I'll have titles on to say what I'm exactly showing in these clips. And so yeah, without further ado, here we go. And with that said, that's basically it, guys. I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did, a like would be much appreciated. It really helps me out. It seriously helps me out. You guys have no idea. And also, if you guys have any questions at all, make sure you leave them down below in the comment section. I read every comment. I love every comment. Basically, I love interacting with you guys. So if you guys have any question at all, leave it down below. Also, my Twitter is @triple_YT. If you have any specific questions about like new metas or anything like that, make sure you leave it in my Twitter feed. And yeah, with that said, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.